Right, I'm here at Leefest with the Young Knives. What's your name? What do you play?
Me, I'm Henry from the Young Knives. I play the guitar and sing.
I'm the House of Lords from the Young Knives. I play the xylophone and and bass guitar.
I'm Oliver. I drum and sing some bits.
Right. Where'd you get the name from?
Oh, come on.
My mother.
Yeah. My mother christened me it.
the bad name.
Yeah.
That's what
We're assuming
from a book on Scottish medieval history, and there was a picture of some people pulling a laird from his horse and stealing his money, and it's like a wood carving print, and they were called the Young Knaves.
Well, it's just said the Young Knaves, didn't it? Or something about Young Knaves.
Knaves.
And we misread it.
They weren't called the Young Knaves.
Misread it and said Young Knives, and then we were like, oh, that'd be cool, Young Knives. Yeah. Like
it was out for we had like a list of band names, and it was like the best one. So that's kind of like saying something, isn't it? Because the rest of them were terrible.
What were the other ones?
Soft White Underbelly,
Jerusalem Bang.
Jerusalem Bang. We should have gone with that one, but then that's a bit of a hot topic, isn't it? Really.
Right, so considering you're called the Young Knives, do you advocate youth violence?
Yes.
Do you know, we once had someone write a letter of kind of an angry letter.
Yeah.
About they'd seen our poster in the local shop window or something for I can't remember, a festival or a gig we were doing.
It was when there was all uproar about some knife crime, like about a year or so ago, and everyone was
when it was trendy.
When knife crime was the hot topic, rather than whatever it is.
I never even thought that our name would be associated with. It doesn't sound like that. I always think of some kind of like sort of slightly weird sort of youthful knife. I don't really think
of gang stabbings. So,
do you?
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I'd never thought about
like
that.
Indian Braves.
Yeah, no, I saw sort of this kind of like Dali-esque picture of like older knives and then like little young knives, probably slightly.
That's quite a literal.
Yeah.
Quite a literal translation.
That's all I thought of.
A knife.
Yeah.
A newly made knife.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's happened to the old image?
Is it still there? Or?
Is it coming back?
Do I still own a tweed jacket?
Yeah, do you still?
I still own the one tweed jacket I did own back then. Yeah, but we never really.
Was it something you chose to do, or was it?
No, we kind of, and the reason we stopped doing it, we more chose to stop doing it than we chose to do it. We'd be doing it because that was kind of like the clothes we bought, charity shop clothes.
And we've got loads of money and we bought some jeans.
No, it was more like, we did have a sort of we sort of were like, no jeans, let's not do that. We did sort of say that.
Yeah.
Because we didn't want to be associated with the sort of trendy young bands. But now we're like having a midlife crisis.
So no, you do want to be a trendy
No, we want to be trendy young bands.
All we want is to be trendy young people. Please God, please.
We wanted to be a bit more like freer than that. Because it became a little bit like you start doing it and then you start becoming like a caricature of yourself and start actually going out and buying like +4s.
Talking
like, I've got look what I've got like a Tattersall shirt and I've got sock garters and I'm going to go out in these and golf shoes.
I always started speaking in a caricature of my own voice and got fatter because I was the fat one in the band. So I tried to become the fattest.
You were wearing rosettes.
Yeah, we might have done, but you know that's fine. We still like try and do, but it shouldn't be. Yeah, we don't want to make a joke out of it. It's when I was reading something about can't even remember which band it was. Oh, Butthole Surfers, and they said they suddenly realised that they had more props in the van than they had musical instruments, and had to kind of cut back and reassess. Which is kind of what it was when it became more about the band that wear tweed. It's like, well, what? That's not doing us any. It wasn't doing us any favours, really.
So as your
Now
clothes
we're the
have
band that
changed.
used to wear tweed.
Oh right.
Yeah.
So as your clothes changed, so has the music. You started off a bit punkier. A bit poppier, a bit more indie. Do you reckon you'll carry on with that?
No, I think the album that we're writing at the moment is probably a heavier album than we've ever
Heavier,
done.
slower, and
basically the last record was us trying not to be quite so fast and trying not to do just trying to fill all the spaces by writing kind of punk. Pop punk was a bit like people have done it a little bit. It was everyone saw that decline of that. and we just thought we needed to just write some songs, and then we did it, and we thought our only kind of like criticism of that record is that it doesn't rock out enough.
Yeah.
You know, there's a bit in there that does, and that's the bit. Yeah, which is like we're all like, yeah, that's our favourite bit on the album, isn't it? So why don't we just write an album that's kind of like that?
Do you feel that you've done songs like Storm Clouds? I feel like you've done stuff like Mummy Like the Fireflies. They're all a bit, not strange, but they're sort of departure from the other stuff. Are you going to carry on?
Yeah, we always try and do something that interests us. So,
it's really weird. It's quite hard being a three-piece because it's hard to fill the space in with 3 instruments and then do it live as well. So you're trying to do something. You're trying to be innovative because otherwise you're just coming back. You don't want to come back and do something that people expect, or you know, and.
It's very difficult
Never
actually as a three-piece when we're writing stuff, when we go, right, what we should do.
It just always rocks out, doesn't it, when you write? It's just like, it's always like, and we're all like, yeah, like, you know, rocking along. You think, well, that does just sound like whatever we always do.
To not revert to form. Like the other day, you were playing bass and I was playing guitar, and we did that for a few days, and then we sort of just went back.
We came up with some stuff because of that, and it's always a good exercise.